Y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Jessie D. I am having a good time uploading these videos, so I wanted to do a student series, hence the shirt, War Eagle, you know. But I want to go over the top 5 student cards to get when you first begin as a college student or either your sophomore year. In this series, I will talk about, not this video, but the series that I'll do this week, I'll talk about student cards, the best checking accounts to get, the advice about student loans, and how to buy a house even if you have $100,000 in student debt. So please subscribe and follow me this week as we talk about what to do and not to do during the time that you are in college. So I don't like to waste a lot of time. Today, like I said, I will be talking about the top 5 student credit cards to get while you're in school. If they're not on this list, don't get them. No, I'm just kidding. But take my advice because I am a credit card nerd and a finance nerd. So I have researched lots of things about these cards. And they're also cards that I had when I was in undergrad. So let's get right into the video. The number 5 card to get on this list is the Citi Rewards student card. Citibank is a pretty good bank as far as how to build a relationship with when you're in school, because when you get out of school they have higher tier cards that you can get, also auto loans, mortgages, different things like that. So they're definitely a good bank to start a relationship. You can earn 2,500 bonus points after spending $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. So the 2,500 points you can redeem for different rewards on their site. Not the best that I've seen, but it is pretty good. They have 0% interest rate for 7 months. And after that is 14.49 to 24% interest rate. It just depends on your credit, but never pay interest. If you don't know exactly what it is, every credit card has an interest rate, but you do not have to pay an interest rate if you do not carry a balance. And carrying a balance means if you charge $500 for the month, you need to pay the $500 off. Don't just pay the minimum payment. Then you never have to worry about interest, because that's the key to win with credit cards, is to not pay any interest on any of them. And this one also has no annual fee. None of the cards that I will talk about today will have an annual fee, because why would they charge students annual fees? Like, that's insane. The number 4 on my list is the Wells Fargo student card. When I was in college, like, the Wells Fargo people would come to campus and try to get you to apply for cards or whatever. But most students have Wells Fargo as their current bank. So adding the student card usually is easy for you. Just go to your online banking and open a new account and apply from it right there. But Wells Fargo definitely is a good place to start building credit with. They also give you your free FICO score. Excuse me, they give you your free FICO score and access to like credit education and different things like that, even though most students are not gonna click on the link and use it. But if you're like a finance nerd like me, you will actually use those tools that they give you to win when it comes to credit. And Wells Fargo also has student loans, so they are very invested in their student demographic for the company, because they know if you start a relationship with them early, usually they'll use you later on in life. Right now on this card, you have 3% cash rewards earned for up to $2,500 spent on gas, groceries, drugstore purchases in the first 6 months. And after that, it's like 1% cash rewards, which just means they just give you a little bit back each month and you can cash it out. Of course, this one does not have an annual fee, and you don't pay interest for the first 6 months, which is good. Their interest is a little bit better than the Citibank one. Theirs is 11.15% to 21% based on your credit. They're great to build credit, and they give you like different tips and budgeting and different things like that while you're in school. But I advise that if you already have Wells Fargo and you keep your account really good as far as your checking account, if you not overdrafting and things like that, definitely apply for this card. My number 3 card is the Capital One Journey card. I had this card when I was in undergrad. I did like it. It did give cash back, not as much, it only gives 1% back, but 1% was better than nothing. You don't have to have an annual fee, and it was easy for me to get approved for. Capital One is a good company. If you pay your bill on time and you pay more than the minimum and pay it off each month, they are very, very good about increasing your credit limit. And the more credit limit you have, the better your credit is, because everything is calculated with utilization. If you don't take anything from this, please know that you need to always stay below 10% utilization by the time that your credit card reports to the credit bureau. Every month, usually every month, if the company's really good about reporting, they report how much you have charged on your card. Make sure when you're applying for this card, you call into customer service and ask them what day do they report to the credit bureau. Most of them are really, really good about letting you know what day they report, so you can make sure that you have paid your balance before, so your credit does not take a hit. But the good thing about credit utilization is it's every month. So say you take a hit one month, as long as you pay it off by the next time they report, you're good to go. Is they give you Credit Wise, which is a way to keep up with your credit risk report, but under no circumstances do you use Credit Wise as far as like for access to something besides just seeing what's on your report. But the score that's on there is a Vantage score. It is not FICO 8, which will soon be FICO 10. It is not your FICO 8 credit scores, which is what banks and lenders pull when they are trying to approve you for a loan. It's just like Credit Karma. That's a Vantage score. It's not your real FICO score. So some people are like, oh my god, my Credit Karma says my credit score is this. It does not matter. Only thing that matters is that FICO 8 score. And Citibank and Wells Fargo do give you your FICO score for free, but I think it's only one. There are three: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. They're the only three that matter. FICO 8 score, remember that. My number 2, which I went back and forth with number 1 and number 2 because I really like them both. Well, I like both companies. But my number 2 is the Chase Freedom student card. I love Chase, y'all, okay? They are a good bank, but Chase is a very, very bougie company. You have, with this card, this is the only one that's on here that you cannot apply for online. You have to actually go into a branch and apply for this card, which is the only card that they make you go into the branch and apply for. The other ones you can apply for online, but their student card, you have to go in, and I think you have to bring like your student ID and all that. And there is an age limit for this. I think if you're old, you got to be under 24, but I'm gonna double check that and put it in the comments below and make sure. At one point in time, I want to say they were saying that you have to be below the age of 24, so like grad students and things like that, or like medical students or someone that's out of undergrad. I really don't think that you can get this card, but I'm gonna double check that. They also give you a free credit report, which is called their Credit Journey program, but that's also a Vantage score. It's not FICO, so it doesn't, I mean, you can look at it just to see what's on your credit report, but that score doesn't hold any weight when it comes to applying for something. They also have an offer right now while I'm filming this video. You get $50 earned after first purchase made within 3 months of account opening, so that's really good. You don't have to charge a certain amount. They're giving you a $50 bonus, so that's really good. Actually, a free $50 when it comes to being in college, that can go a long way. And they also give 1% back on all purchases. They give $20 for good grades. I think your GPA has to be above a 3.0. They do give credit limit increases. There's no annual fee, of course. And the APR is a flat 16.49. But like I said, don't worry about it. Just pay your balance off in full each month. And Chase is one of the best banks to have when it comes to building a relationship. I have Chase checking account and savings account. It's not where the majority of my money is, because I just use my Chase cards as like my extra entertainment money or food money. But I just recently was approved for 2 Chase cards. I will do an unboxing of those as soon as I get them in the mail. They're already in my wallet on my phone, but I'm going to do an unboxing of them when I get them. I'm really excited because Chase cards are not easy to get. Their student card is supposed to be for beginners. the people that I know that have gotten approved for this, they have about like a 600. So not really high, definitely low end for a Chase, because you really can't get approved for a Chase card if you're not like in the high 600s. So I definitely believe that this is a way to get your foot in the door when you're a student, because Chase is definitely a bank that you want to have on your side. They have really good premier cards, and when you have a relationship with them, it's much easier to get approved than somebody that's just a new customer. All right, and my number one card, which it's two, but it's the same card basically. My number one bank for student cards is the Discover It. If you're not new to my channel, you know that I do like Discover. Discover helped me build my score to what it is now. If it was not for them, I'm not sure exactly where I would be. So the number one card is the Discover It Student Cashback Card. You get 5% on your purchases. If you go to like restaurants, grocery stores, and they have revolving categories each quarter. They also you get unlimited 1% cash back on all your purchases, but you earn 5% for like the first few categories that they have that revolve. They also match your cash back for the first year. So use your card the most in the first year, because if you save, you earn $50 cash back, they will give you another $50 when it comes to your 1-year anniversary. Discover also gives you $20 for good grades, and they're usually a pretty good company when it comes to being not as strict on their approval guidelines. No Discover card has an annual fee, so these definitely don't have an annual fee. They do give you a free FICO 8 score, which is fantastic. Their app is definitely user friendly. All of their customer service is US based, so you don't have to worry about when you call in, you can't understand exactly what the person is saying, or there's a language barrier, which is fine. But a lot of people complain about their customer service reps for like American Express. They're like all out of the country. So they have that. They have 24/7 security. They're really good about credit limit increases if you pay your bill on time, and they're also really good about any fraudulent activity. If anything goes on, they definitely take care of it. Pay your balance off each month and not carry a balance. They're usually really good about that. They also have like student loans for private lenders and things like that. So they're very good with and how they have invested in the millennials and the, you know, the 20-year-olds and the teens. They're really good. Discover It also has a Discover It Chrome for students cards, and that is when you can earn 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 each quarter, plus an unlimited 1% on all purchases automatically. So both of them have that feature. They both get both cards get 1% unlimited cash back on all purchases automatically. But the difference is Discover It Student Cashback, you get 5% on revolving categories, and the Chrome you get 2% back at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 per quarter. So that's the main difference. One on 5%, one of them 2%. I had the Discover It Student Cashback card. That was the one that I have, and they have cute cards. Like, you know, you want a cute Discover card. I have like the multicolored one, and it's so cute. But they have like pink, they have like a cassette tape, they have different cards you can choose from. So I do like that little part about it. I think that's definitely appealing. But all the cards that I talked about, if I did not have them, half of them I had, the other half I know someone that did have them, and they're definitely good banks that you want to build a relationship with early off and keep a good relationship with them. And let me backtrack real quick about Chase. Chase, do not, if you have a credit, not a credit card, a checking account with them, do not overdraft that account, because they're not going to approve you for a card. And I will get into that another day about Chase when I actually do my unboxing. But that card is great. Chase and Discover, if you don't apply for any of them, at least try to apply for those two. I will have a referral link down below for Discover. I get $50 and you get $50 if you apply. So I will have that one below. And stay tuned for in the next couple of days, I'll be dropping a video about the best checking accounts to get when you're a student. It's a good idea to have a checking account with a credit card. You don't need a bunch of cards when you're a student. Get like 1 or 2. Have a checking account as the same as the bank that you have the credit card with, because you can see all of your activity, and just use the credit card as instead of using the debit card, because then you can get extra points back, and you can just move your money to pay the payment, so you don't have to worry about overdrafting your account or anything like that. You can just pay it in the app, and you can see what you owe on both. Instead of using a debit card, use a credit card. And some people feel like they're not disciplined enough to do that, but just be smart about it, and get some money back. Instead of using a debit card and getting no money back, get at least 1% back. If you use Discover or Chase. I think Chase gives 1% back. Let me double check that. Yes, they both give 1% back. So instead of using a debit card, have a checking account, but use your credit card, and then in a week when it posts, just pay it. And then that's also building your credit, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't want to babble on with this video. It's already been over the amount that I like to record. Definitely I will go back and give you the tips that I used to build my credit when I was in undergrad and before I got an undergrad, because I graduated late. Be smart and listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to other people when they say do not get a credit card, don't put yourself in debt. Credit cards, if you know how to use them, you will not put yourself in debt, okay? Stay tuned. Like I said, I will talk about student loans this week, checking account, the cards not to get, and also how to get approved for a home mortgage when you have very high student debt. Okay, thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share with other people that are in school, or your kids, or whoever's watching this. Definitely we have to start getting more financially literate in the things that we're doing, because easily you can build your credit and not have to struggle when you get out of school, or ask your mom to co-sign for this or that. You can get whatever you want to get. Thanks for listening. Y'all have a great day. Bye.